there was boundaries crossed, there was indecency, and you went into someone else's cabin without consent.
Hi guys, I'm Ali here with Shawnee, and today we're talking about that shocking Below Deck episode.
Open it.
A major racial slur that occurred on the Big Brother live feeds.
We were in the cheese room, dude.
And we're also dishing about Bethenny Frankel's lawsuit against NBC. All that and so much more in today's Reality Wrap.
This week in reality TV has been wild. Like not on, well, kind of on TV. Yes, I guess all of it on.
Yes, somebody needs to pay for therapy, and it's the Below Deck people needs to pay for me for therapy for like a year probably after
and
this.
For everybody involved. Holy crap.
Shawnee,
where do you find these people?
just like, but also, like, I was thinking that, but also was thinking, how would you even know that this dude is like that? Like, you know what I mean? There's no background research you can do to know that this person is, I mean, Shawnee.
I guess not until they try it. But also, what dude doesn't know that a drunk person cannot consent?
And if there are cameras there, imagine what he's done without the cameras. If he thinks this was okay to do with a bunch of production people looking at you and cameras.
Well, and camera people telling him to get out, like repeatedly, and he's like, nah.
He was like smiling and smirking. Shawnee, the anxiety this thing gave me watching it. I don't even
hearing a lot of people are really, really up in arms about all of this. Like, how could you? What were you thinking? And you know, the thing is like, even if he was also drunk, she said no. She said no repeatedly.
And he was not drunk enough to not know what he was doing, because you're so drunk, but you know, to strip naked, to get into bed, to be smirking. Do you know what I mean? So you were and have the energy to be climbing onto a bunk. So clearly you weren't that drunk. I was so disgusted.
Yeah. I think it's also very, very telling that we have heard Laura's apology for her part or whatever, but we haven't heard from Luke at all.
No, I hear somebody was like, no, he's chilling because apparently he's in like another country. They're like, I don't know his Instagram, but somebody was in one of the comments or saying, oh, we went on his Instagram and he's chilling on whatever, living his best life, does not care. He's not phased.
That he just about sexually assaulted someone. That's nuts.
He's not phased at all. He has no remorse. Because, by the way, Laura doesn't have any remorse either, I don't think. She's just saying this now because people are bashing her as they should.
It's one of those things is like, you're not sorry that you did it. You're sorry that you got caught.
Oh, poor Luke. I should have just kept him happy.
And by the way, who says that to another woman? Who says, yeah, I just don't think he meant that. It wasn't a big deal. Look what he's talking about.
Not a girl's girl, that's for sure.
Not a girl. Like, what are you defending? What are you defending?
And why? Yeah.
Shawnee, I was gasping. And then I'm one of those persons when I'm watching something and it's very uncomfortable, I have to kind of switch and then go back because I just don't know what to do. So I was, Shawnee, it was, I don't know. But I love that Aisha and the captain were just on it immediately.
Yeah, the way they handled it was amazing. Like, perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect. Yeah. I mean, if they hadn't, I feel like it would have been incredibly detrimental for the show.
It would have been done.
To show it.
It wouldn't. It could not have been shown. It would just.
Right. It would have been the end of Down Under if they hadn't handled it properly, but they did. Very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. Speaking of inappropriate, and again, I'm so glad in the way that they handled it. Let's talk about Big Brother. Another Luke. It's like Luke the villain this week. What's up?
Tell me what happened with Big Brother.
So last night on the live feeds, they were goofing off and Luke dropped the N-word, like out of nowhere in normal conversation, no reason. I think he thought he was being funny. He said the way that he said it made me feel like it's something that he does with his friends all the time, like it's no big deal.
Yeah, which people do and need to stop, by the way.
Yes. The
Yeah,
other
like-
house guests were like,
Shocked. Yes.
No,
And he was just casually continuing on after saying it.
they were all pretty shocked. And I guess in a situation like that, I would probably be speechless, stunned.
Me too. You don't know what to do until you process it. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
nobody like tore him a new one. Nobody lit him up. Nothing. Just, it was a whole lot of like, okay, Luke, it's time for you to go to bed. Okay, Luke, yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that.
Mhm.
And the way that he responded to it, I think, was an even bigger issue because he acted like it was just no big deal. He actually made a comment like, you know, I'll deal with whatever comes from it. I've done worse things than that. And I want to know what the worst things are because yikes, man, yikes.
Gonna be changing his tune the minute he gets out of that house and sees the backlash. You'll see how quick he's gonna change his tune, and we'll see.
I mean, well, remember, it was exactly, I actually looked it up to see exactly how long ago it was. It was exactly 10 years ago that Aaron Grease and Gina Marie were incredibly racist on Big Brother. And if you recall, Big Brother would not pull him out of the house because they were just like, you know, this is our experiment and we want to see how people act when they're put in the house. And they left him there and there was a huge backlash for it. And then when they got out of the house, they both lost their jobs. It was terrible for them.
As they should. You know, this is why I took a pause from Big Brother last year. I don't think I watched it at all because it was just too much for me. I just couldn't. I had to take a pause from Big Brother. It was just a lot, and they're not. I just feel like there are times when you can jump in and be like, you're out. Why can't they do that?
I don't know. I wish they would. There have been a lot of times on that show where they really need to like
jump in. Yeah, break the fourth wall. They never do. You're just continuing, and there might be things happening behind the scenes, but from what we're watching, they're making it seem like it's no big deal to them. I don't know what. I don't like the way Big Brother does those things.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine if Big Brother was on Below Deck. Yeah.
she's making her appearance.
Yeah. Imagine if Below Deck operated like Big Brother. What would they have done in that situation? Can you imagine?
I mean, I don't know who would have jurisdiction over something like that, but I mean, it would be a police report.
It would be exactly because they never intervene, and it irks me so much because we're watching this and we're like, why is nothing being done?
I do feel like, and this is assumption, but I do feel like if on Big Brother something like that were to happen, something as like shocking as, you know, naked guy jumping into a drunk girl's bed, I think they would intervene. I hope.
Well, let's hope.
But I do feel like that they would, if not for anything else, because of the legal ramifications of
right.
That.
Probably you're right. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm really proud of them for doing it this time. At least they stepped in. Luke is out. He's been kicked out of the house. The comment sections of everything about this honestly are really disheartening. I would say probably a good majority of them are like, whatever.
It's no big deal. Yeah.
It's not, oh, well. I mean,
oh my gosh. I listen. Sometimes the comments, they're just so sad to me. And you can't even respond because if that's the mindset, you can't even have a reasonable conversation.
How do you argue with that? You can't. You won't. The thing is that one of my friends actually posted the other day and I was like, you know what, you're right. He said, you'll never change somebody's mind from a Facebook post.
That's very true. Yeah. So what's the point? We're bantering.
Get myself worked up over all of that. But it's disheartening. I'm embarrassed for some of them, honestly.
Sometimes I read the comments and I will read the comments and I will look at the person's profile and then see they have kids and I'm like, and their family, and I'm like, what are you teaching your kids? What if this happened to you? But you can't really get to say that because it's not gonna go anywhere. But it just makes me so sad when I read it. It just makes me, I don't know. I think we're looking at people like they're not humans and we don't understand. Like when you're on Instagram, you don't care. You just, whatever comes to your mind, you just write it. And
social media has really done that. I mean, look at 90 Day Fiance Holly, who I mean, she breaks for Holly. Like
Shawnee.
I know that if you go on reality TV, you have to expect that people are going to be nasty to you.
You need thick skin.
Thick. I think it's beyond thick skin. really. It's they're gonna be nasty to you. And the thing is we've gotten to a point where not only will they be nasty to you, but they will amp up and, multiply the hate and the nastiness until they get your reaction. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like this like downfall of society or something, like the way that we treat people just because they're on TV or just because they're getting paid to entertain us, we treat them like they're not people, like they're not.
And like they're entertaining you, ma'am, with their lives. Like they're literally, but Holly, I just feel like, well, I mean, she said, and her Wayne, her fiance, said that they regret doing the show. She was saying in one of she did a TikTok video and she was in tears, and she was just talking about how they're saying she looks scary, she's on drugs, she does it, and she seemed so sad. And like she said before filming, I think her dad died right before she started filming. So mentally, that's why she seems very awkward. When you see her, is because she was processing a lot of it.
Probably shock.
And she said the production team was great, by the way. She said they were great. They, handled her with care. But I think that's why people
they got their shot. Like they were
yeah.
Well, they got their shot. So, I mean,
but we're looking on and we're seeing her looking nervous and jittery and not. I mean, she's not an actress, so not everybody is comfortable in front of the cameras like that.
Agree.
I
get nervous too. So like,
listen. But also, I think Holly needs to. I don't understand why she doesn't deactivate her comments. Like, why are you reading these comments?
I wish she would.
What?
Right.
Because it's making, and then every time somebody says something, she does another video. So I feel like, I don't know if she's helping herself because she keeps talking about it.
When you address the trolls, you feed the trolls.
And she's addressing them so much. Like all her videos now, every single video she has on TikTok now is about the trolls.
Yeah, that's the best way to get them to come back because they love the attention. So
one person posted her address online, like just publicly. Like,
that shouldn't be illegal.
Yeah, and they spray painted her home. I mean, what would possess you as a grown adult, even if you're a child? Who does that?
Hateful, miserable people. That's who.
Like, what do you hate her for? It is absurd. Like, I think we're losing our minds, and everybody needs to chill. We are losing our minds.
They need to chill. I like that.
I cannot. But Holly needs a break. Deactivate Holly. Deactivate your comments. Just post and go. Don't read. Don't listen. Don't set your thing to when your name, there's a story about you, it pops up. No.
Right. I think that she would be much better off if she had like maybe a PR person or like a manager or something that just went through that with her. And walk away. Do your entertainment and walk away. One person I will say who is really, really good at that most of the time, and it's not an endorsement because I am not her friend, is Angela Dean. Gets a lot of hate.
Yeah, Angela does not care. She does say whatever.
But that's perfect. That's how it needs to be. I mean, she doesn't address it. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
And she goes
Big Ed loves it. By the way.
With both of them, though, they're not on reality TV trying to validate themselves. They know who they are. They know what they are. And they know that they're there to be the villain and to get under our skin.
They're playing into it. Yeah, they're playing into it.
And it's playing into their bank account perfectly. So
perfectly. Like the more we're like, fire Angela, they're like, put her on another show. That's what TLC is hearing. Oh, did you say Angela? Got it.
Big Ed too. I mean, they're like, listen, y'all hate him and you scream about him, but guess what?
You're gonna watch him.
The ratings go through the roof. So
like, listen, people don't realize that they're not helping the if we just ignored them, it would just be like, okay, all right, nobody's talking about these two. Whatever.
What it is people love a train wreck. They love a train wreck. They also love to complain about a train wreck.
Yes. There's no pleasing us TV viewers at all. Don't even try.
Especially reality TV. I mean,
yes.
On top of that, there's just no respect for reality TV. We know that the pay is low, the hours are long. It's everything about it is, I mean, honestly, kind of bottom of the barrel in terms of TV production, which, I mean,
that's perfect to bring us into You know who? Bethenny.
Let's talk about Bethenny. There's quite a bit. So Bethenny Frankel is leading the charge to start a reality TV union. You know, since the writers are on strike and the actors are on strike, she's like, shoot, the reality stars need a union because they get paid peanuts. And she's not wrong. They do.
She's not wrong. I was with her there.
Yes.
I'm with her there. Yes.
I want to hear your thoughts on this. I have thoughts.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So at first they were starting a union. I'm like, yes, we need to do this. There's a part I don't understand, and it's the fact that now they're suing NCB Universal. I don't understand what they're suing them for. Because why not start? Because what happened that you would sue them? And I also don't understand the persons who are currently on reality TV that are joining her in suing them.
I guess
because how do you
TV anymore?
Yeah, because how are you on a show that's airing now and you're suing the network?
Right. Take a note out of the Nene Leaks playbook. You sue them, they don't bring you back.
And why would them? And who wants to go work for a company that they just sued? Hey, boss, meanwhile, I sued you last month. How does that work?
Now, I've got some Bethenny Frankel tea that's even hotter than that. Okay, so I asked you earlier if you'd ever heard of Bunny Hedaya.
Yes.
There's a reason for that.
Yes.
Bunny Hedaya is a TikTok, YouTube star. She's a star. She has millions of followers. She's very, 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 very popular. She used to go by Bunny Barbie. So
okay,
you might be more familiar with Bunny Barbie. She had to change it to her real name, Bunny Hedaya, because Barbie literally sued her because they didn't want her using their name, which is crazy.
I knew that's what happened.
What happens if you name your kid Barbie? Can they not use it? I mean, weird.
No, ma'am.
Here's what Bunny has said. And I don't know how recent this was. I know it was within the last couple of years. She was supposed to do a reality show. Bethenny was supposed to be a producer on the show.
Yes.
Bunny didn't do the show because she said when she was reading through her contract, there were a couple of things in it that she didn't like. The biggest one was like a little, the fine print, the very, very fine print. It said that for like, I can't remember, I think it was like 11 years, they were 10% of her income, both from her earnings that she earned while on the show and also earnings that she made that had nothing to do with
them.
Just her earnings.
Yeah, I saw that.
Some random person off the street that didn't have a social media following and Bethenny's show was going to make her rich and therefore she should give up part of her money. I can tell you right now, Bunny is rich. Like, pushing up against Bethenny rich.
Oh, I only heard of her after I saw her on TikTok talking about it, and everybody was like, this is Bunny, whatever, but I didn't know her before. And then I checked her and I was like, oh, but she also said that they didn't even sign a contract yet. And Bethenny wanted her to come to her house and put up cameras. They didn't agree to anything yet. And they wanted to put cameras in and start filming every aspect of her life.
Yeah.
Before they even agreed, the contract was even signed.
Right.
So how is Bethenny now suing when her house isn't in order is the question.
It really makes us question her motives for this whole union. Why does
I question her motives?
And why does she now care about the rights of reality stars? Why does she care?
Bethenny's bored. I'm telling you, Bethenny's bored. And you know what I think? Bethenny already made her money, made her millions, is gone, is storing up her millions in the bank. And these people who are trying to make theirs now, I feel like she's messing it up for them.
I do too.
Because a union is great, but no, we're suing. This is a lawsuit. This is different. No, you're losing your job when Bethenny already made, and she tells you every chance she gets, I am one of the most successful reality TV stars. I quit the show and they beg for me to come back. And she will tell you that every video she makes. She'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
All she does is talk about her accolades. But the people who are joining forces with her, I just don't understand what they're hoping to get out of this. Because now you're going to have a union that you're not even going to be a part of now. Because you're not getting hired on TV anymore with your suing the network.
She could never do another reality show again and be fine. In fact, I really don't expect her really to do reality again. Like, why would she at this point?
We're talking Bethenny?
Yes. Like,
And
what
Bethany's
she
projects
possibly
don't do well. Like, as much as Bethenny talks about how successful she was in Housewives and blah, 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 she's had several projects that never does well. They're all canceled.
She
like
did
her talk
great
show.
because Skinny Girl blew up. That's why. It went into stores and people loved the idea of low calorie cocktails. That's all.
Yeah.
Everything else, my
Bethenny?
favorite thing about Bethenny is her TikTok makeup videos. I think that
I hear people talk about it, but Shani, Bethenny gives me anxiety. I'm gonna be very honest. Like the way she talks is so intense, and it's just I can't. It makes me panic. I'm like, why is she screaming at me? Why is she so intense? Why is she all in my face? It's too much, so I can't.
Right? Also, why is she telling us about the best drugstore like discount makeup?
And I'm sure she doesn't. She just bought it for that and then just tossed it in the bin. I'm sure.
They need me to do discount makeup, not Bethenny, you know? But you know, she's got the following. But she does do a good job with that. I think that she's pretty honest about it, at least when she does makeup reviews.
I'm wondering though if the persons who reached out to Bethenny, the reality TV stars, I have a feeling they did not intend for her to reveal their names. I just have that feeling.
Probably not.
I don't think, I think they reached out to her under the quiet and she was like, Hannah is gone from that show. So, but there's some of them that like Paige, I think I saw Paige DeSerbo on Summer House and I'm like, Paige? And I'm just like, Paige, aren't you on it? No, what do we do?
Right?
I think some of them reached out to her and they had no intention of her saying this person reached out and this person, because I'm hearing names and I'm like, I'm literally watching you on TV. No, what are we doing? Do you not want your job?
Right. I mean, it's entirely possible that she's going about it the wrong way, or
she is
the absolute wrong intentions. I think it's needed. Also, Nick from Love Is Blind started a foundation that like raises money to help reality stars seek mental health treatment. I think it's
okay. Because they need it.
Noble. He needs it. He's making headlines this week because he's saying like he's getting to the point where he's not going to be able to pay his bills. He can't find a job. He's been out of work since last November and nobody will hire him, even though he's like a computer programmer. He's, he doesn't have a job.
But is he saying that they're not hiring him because he was on Love Is Blind?
Yes. He's saying that nobody will take him serious now. And I think that there's probably some truth to that because if you remember when Colt Johnson lost his job, also was a programmer. He looked for more work for a long time. And I don't know what he's up to now. I'm sure he's working, doing something.
Yeah.
But he was out of work for a long time looking for work. And I saw him on LinkedIn looking for work, like he would post about it. So I do think that there's kind of a stigma when you're a reality star and then you try to go back into the real world, into these professional jobs.
Yeah. I would think there's a stigma, but for some reason programming, I just feel like you're kind of just to yourself anyway. I wouldn't think that that's the area where there would be, they would care that much, right?
It would be like public sector jobs. I wouldn't want to hire a reality star.
Yeah, like you're not going to be
restaurant because of the interruption.
Yeah, but like a programmer where nobody know, like who are the famous programmers that people are like, yes, I recognize you. No, they're serious.
It's an issue.
Well, now
it's
you know that
it's an incredibly competitive field. So I guess if you're looking at it like, is this guy going to be a distraction or a problem? And then I've got this guy over here that's like equally qualified
and is focused and not on TV in his little skimpy. You know what they did? They saw Colt on the beach in his little skimpy shorts that time. And they were like, we are done with you. Because I would have been done. If I see...
Like, I can't look with you every day knowing I saw that. Or the OnlyFans that, people who weren't supposed to were constantly looking for months. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I mean, it's all a game.
So you take this risk because you want to be famous, because you're not getting paid a lot, right? No. So once you're done, you're going to need a way to make money. So you need to figure out if this is worth it for you, because not everybody is able to capitalize on that 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Like Miona is doing well.
Maybe
And
we
there's
could stop villainizing all of these reality stars that go on to become influencers because
I know, right?
you do after, you know? I mean,
Like Lauren Bavani gets so much bashing every time she promotes something. And I'm like, guys.
I think that the majority of that isn't people that don't like it or whatever. I think it's haters, jealousy.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
so
you have
too.
this platform and now you're using your platform and you're basically getting paid to stay home and cute.
Dare you make money?
Spend time with your family. I mean,
Listen, no, they're just mad. They're just mad. I love it.
Again, you know, reality TV fans are vicious and cruel, and it's definitely just snowballed.
Why are they so cruel? Why are you reality TV people? Why are you so mean, viewers?
Right?
Get your acts together. I'm talking.
Be nice.
Like, listen, and sometimes it's the sweetest people that gets all this hate, and I'm like, guys,
right?
Leave these people alone. You know what's so funny? Somebody wrote something the other day, something nasty and mean, and the person responded, and the person was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were gonna respond." And I'm like, really, dude? You're just saying something nasty to get a response, and then you're like, oh,
oops. Right. They saw it.
Crazy.
Real Housewives of New York is still going hot.
Oh, Real Housewives of New York is my joy. It is my joy. I'm so upset.
I know.
Listen, if I never see Ramona and them again, I'll be fine. I'm sorry, Ramona.
Which is probably why Real Housewives, Ultimate Girls Trip, the Real Housewives of New York version is coming quicker.
Instead, yes.
We're gonna get
that
before the real drama that I wanted to see.
Yes, because with Brandy and them, we're not seeing them.
We're gonna see them later, I guess.
Later, okay.
I mean, we don't know why, but there might be some legal stuff to iron out. With all of that, because it was pretty non-consensual.
But also, Brandy is maintaining her innocence, and I think she joined with Bethenny. I think I heard her say something regarding that, like she's ready to speak out, or I don't know if it's when they flipped the show. She was like, "Gosh, I'm gonna have to wait for people to see what actually happened." So I don't know. I really want to see it for real because because we're bashing Brandy, most people, and we don't know what happened yet.
Right.
So it's a little tricky, although
Brandy.
Yeah, Brandy's very inappropriate at times, so I think that's why automatically you're believing Caroline.
Exactly.
But something must have happened. Even if I say don't hug me and you hug me, like you invaded my personal space, so it doesn't even,
Right, you don't do that.
Like if I say don't breathe on me, then just don't breathe on me.
Right. Right. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one, and it's going to be a long wait.
We're going to have to wait.
We're getting those New York OGs back first. Sorry.
Yeah. Listen, I love my newbies.
Obsessed. The new cast is amazing. I'm really enjoying them. I will say that Jenna is my favorite still.
Jenna is people are loving Jenna. Listen,
I love her quirkiness. I think it's so fun.
I do too. I think she's quirky and so uncomfortable and weird. I love it. However, I just feel like, you know what? I get nervous when people really love Jenna because Jenna's gonna do something.
Right,
they're gonna turn on her. I'm telling you, Shawnee, Jenna is gonna make one wrong move, poor thing, and they're gonna switch. But
hopefully not before she gets an eyeglasses sponsorship.
I love Jenna, and this week I was so happy to hear more about Brynn.
Yeah.
Oh, because personally, like I love Brynn, but I was like, Brynn is gonna get on my nerve because Brynn is just so extra. When you hear her backstory, and by the way, I knew Brynn was mixed, and I was kind of annoyed because I'm like, why is she not talking about her background? Like I was so mad to myself because I'm like, I know Brynn is mixed. Why's Brynn not saying anything about her? I'm like, why is she ashamed? Like in my mind, I was saying that to myself, like. Okay. But I love how they're spreading it out. So they're giving us little when I tell you I'm obsessed with this show now. It just humanized her and showed that she's not this sex crazed flirty. She has a very she built herself up because she said her parents were like teenagers when they had her and her siblings. And her grandmother adopted them, and she was just, it was just very sad. And Uba was talking about how she lost her mom. It was a very sad episode, but enlightening. Like when I read the comments, people were like, "Oh my gosh, I hated Bryn and I didn't know all this, and now I love her." So
Good.
yeah,
I'm glad that I'm glad people are starting to come around to this.
yeah.
I still see a little bit of resistance from the old
Ramona's people. It's the Ramona fans. I'm
right.
Ramona's like, I like this. Listen, the people that are bashing the New York have not watched one episode. They see a clip. I see people commenting. I hate it. You watched that clip.
I didn't. I'll have to watch that. In comparing the casts, and this is controversial, I think the new cast is way classier. I love the diversity. It's fun. I think they're so much classier. Oh my gosh, we're not gonna have anybody pooping on the floor. We're not gonna have any of these like crazy hookup stories.
Just listen, Shawnee. They are fabulous and classy. And listen. By the way, juxtapose this with a video I just saw of Sonia groping a chair, like Sonia with her legs on a chair, legs wide open. I'm like, okay, so this is what you guys want back on TV. Go look at the Instagram clip.
Right? Or just watch Crappy Lake.
Crappy Lake. I've been responding to people like somebody was like, I hate the new guest. I'm like, there's always Crappy Lake. Why don't go support us?
Go watch it, right?
Go watch that like it's the same night. Just go watch it. Okay. All right. Which Bravo scandal are you officially tired of hearing?
Yes.
I saw this on Bravo Chicks Instagram. Shout out to the Bravo Chicks. And I was like, okay, so these are the options. So the Ozempic, that's been just, there's Kyle and Morgan, and they're,
we don't agree on this. So.
They're a fair. Then there's Scandival. Oh, that we've dragged on and on. And then there's Bethenny and her thing. So those are the 4 options. Okay. Which one do you want to just flick off the list and be done with?
It's so tough. I think the Bethenny thing is far from over.
That's just started. Yeah. That's just started.
If I could get rid of anyone, probably Scandival. I'm so sick of it.
Shawnee, I've never been over something more. I'm so over it.
Like talking about blowing up something that every single one of them has done.
God, like who would have seen this coming, that this would be this big of a deal?
No.
This. There was I don't know if you saw that snippet of Stassi and Lala talking about it, and they were just comparing how when they got cheated on, silence, and then when Ariana got cheated on, the world was mad, and people were like, they're just bitter, and I'm like, no, they're not bitter. It's true. What is the difference?
I think that the difference is how it happened and the fact that
the best friend
and Raquel were best friends.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
But Kristen and Stassi were, who's closer than Kristen and Stassi? I mean, and when they found out that she had sex with, nobody was like, oh my gosh. I mean, people were angry, but it wasn't.
Right. It was almost expected, when you're.
And you didn't expect Tom to cheat? We didn't think Tom was going to cheat?
Right.
Who cheated on Kristen and every other girl? No. I love Ariana, but I think we need to
move on. I mean, Raquel's not been on the show this season. She's not filmed anything.
Yeah, she's not.
I really hope that when it comes back, it's not rehashing all of that.
Johnny, and we already rehashed it last season when the cameras picked back up. So I don't know what we're doing. I'm going to give it a few episodes. I'm going to watch a few episodes, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to be hooked because they've given us everything, and all we have now with them is Scandival, and we've seen so much about Scandival. There's nothing new.
No.
Do you understand?
Yeah. I would say a close second for me is the Ozempic thing. I don't care.
Yes.
Y'all are skinny now. Great. It used to be lipo and tummy tucks, and now it's Ozempic.
So mad, and I'm just like, listen, persons are saying that the drug is a diabetic drug and no, they can't get it, but I'm hearing that's not the case at all, because I see doctors advertising it here, like So like, let these people do what they want. I don't know. I'm over it though. And people have been getting skinny for years before Ozempic, so it doesn't mean that because they're skinny.
I mean, do you remember when Bethenny put on her daughter's pajamas and everybody freaked out?
Which was kind of cringe. But also,
Yes.
speaking of Ozempic though, when Erica Jane said her skinny body is because of menopause, I don't believe that for a second. I'm just saying. That's the most. I've
somebody
even
who's
the lady
sitting
beside
there?
her.
Absolutely not, Erica. Absolutely.
Even the lady beside her who's going through menopause was just like, you lose weight during menopause.
That's not how it works.
Yes.